Everybody smile and wave.
All right, so today I want to start off with there was a shortstop pitcher from New York who had over 3,000 hits who said that there might be people out there more talented than you, but there's no excuse why anybody should work harder than you. And I found that quote while looking for another quote, but that quote I couldn't get it out of my mind because I feel it emulates the way that I approach my life. I'm not particularly talented at anything really. I wasn't at my job. I was fairly successful at my job, but it was only because I worked hard. At about 14 years old, I started working in the kitchen. I got my first chef job working in the same kitchen I started at, and I was about 21 years old. I worked there, worked probably about 60 hours a week in the kitchen. I spent about 5 to 7 hours at home in bookstores, libraries, researching my craft, so to speak. I was very passionate about it. I spent a lot of time involved in all kinds of different cooking events. Um, in my career, I plated over 30,000 dishes and created over 310 menus. Um, that was just in my first chef job I got. I was a sous chef. I held that position for about 4 years and served over 30,000 dinners. Uh, and it was all by just hard work. Even as a dishwasher, when I first started there, being 14 years old, I was subject to child labor laws. Um, I never had any intention of being a chef, but liked I liked having a job. I wanted to do well at it. I would punch out, be off the clock, hang out with the prep cooks, and get some work in that way. Um, as my career progressed and I spent more hours in the kitchen and started going to food shows with different vendors, spent a lot of time online, reading magazines. Um, it it took over my whole entire life. So what started out as just a job, it eventually grew into what started to define me. So my friends, within the first 3 sentences of introducing me from one person to another, it always came to light that I was a chef. And of course, during halftime, during football games and stuff like that, while everybody's outside smoking, I was in the kitchen with the wives, cooking and getting stuff together. I always liked sharing what I know. I took pride in what I know. Um, so, um, so pretty much, what does that have to do with what we're talking about today? Well, usually I'm in the same uniform that you all are in, and in order for us to truly be successful and take pride in what we do, uh, they say that being a soldier is a 24-hour job. So the expectation is for what we do to engulf every part of our lives, the way we act outside of work, um, the things we do. You know, the guys go out and we talk a lot about the guys with the little clips on here and the flashlights and all that sort of stuff. But that's what I did growing up. I went out, I bought my own uniforms, bought my own shoes, bought my own knives, and I became what I wanted to be. And I think that's the way that we should all approach this job. To be successful is to be what you claim to be. If you're going to call yourself a soldier, do the things that soldiers do, um, which is quite a bit different than working in the kitchen. But my feeling is the mindset is pretty damn close to the same. You know, if you want to be successful and you're like me and you're not talented, you got to just put your head down and just get it done. So pretty much, in general, to summarize it all up, um, plans change, goals change. I never had any intention of being a chef. I became a chef. I never had any intention of joining the Army, and this is where I'm at. Will I be successful in the Army? Was I successful as a chef? I don't know if I would say successful, but I had a lot of successes. And that's all that I can hope for in what I do today. Um, so, I mean, I wasn't like, the speech wasn't about, oh, look at me, I'm a great chef or anything like that. It's more or less like just something that you can internalize and reflect upon yourself and think, you know, what makes you who you are. And you might not think, oh, I'm not going to be a soldier for my whole entire life, so I don't going to give a crap about what we're doing here. But the work ethic that you bring to a job, any job you do, I feel that that's going to be the deciding factor of success or failure, not what you're doing, but how you approach it. Love you guys.
Cool.
No, I forgot to mention my book.
I mean, his burgers are good. I don't know.
Sweet. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming in during lunch and doing lunch.
Okay, then, you're really important.
Yay! How are you doing that?